Hey guys, so welcome back to Joe's RC Corner, and today we are back on the Cricket. Zenith was very fast in expediting my new glass for the sunroof. So I have it already laid up on top of the plane. We're gonna try to do this again, hopefully without cracking it. So stay tuned guys, and let's get working. All right guys, so like I said, Zenith was very fast in getting that shipped out to me. I really appreciate that, Zenith. Caitlin, thank you for your help in giving me a call and getting that shipped out as soon as possible. So the new glass is here. I have it laid on top of the plane here. I'm gonna mark the center on it, and we're gonna go ahead and get that lined up. And we're gonna do this a little bit differently because I think this is part of what caused mine to crack when I was doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the camera. So looking here, all right, so I have my piece here, which is the trim piece that goes up on top here. And as you can see, I need to have that gap here so that the two pieces of plastic don't touch. I don't want those rubbing up against each other. That could possibly cause cracking from vibration and rubbing. So I want to make sure I leave a nice gap. But as you can see, if I line it up that way, there's a big space here. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, one, heat this up a little bit so it's a little more malleable and allows it to come down nice and gentle. And then we're going to work our way from the front and work our way back, making sure we provide pressure to keep this nice and flush all the way back. And then that'll have plenty of overlap back here, which would be great. And so I think that's what we're gonna do. But definitely have to make sure that we have it centered on the butt ribs here. And then, like I said, plenty of overlap back here. And that should work pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and get to work, guys. Get that all, get the drill, zip, 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 all the way down there. We're gonna mark the holes, and then I'm gonna move this actually. I'm not gonna drill them on here. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it back down on a piece of wood and back drill after I have them marked in here. So we're gonna back mark it where all the holes need to be, at least on the first ones, and then start laying it down with a little bit of heat with the heat gun just dispersed over it, just to warm it up a little bit, and that'll help lay it down because it is a little bit chilly in here. I do have new heaters in this area, so this is actually very comfortable right now. It's about 40 degrees outside, and in here on the thermometer, we're showing almost 60. So these are working really nice. And of course, in this office area here, we have another radiated heater in here, keeping the office at a very, very comfortable temperature here. Moved things around, got my desk over on this side now because that's where I have power. I have my computer over here that does have, I can make it a hotspot. So basically I have internet out here now. So very nice, very comfortable now, but we're gonna get back to work over there. We're gonna try to get this top done today. We're gonna do some trimming around the plastic on both sides here as well. And I think this area here also will need a little bit of trimming just to lay that down a little flatter. Maybe that'll help with this piece. So we're gonna do a little bit more trimming, get it down. We're gonna drill these holes along here. Maybe build my passenger door, get that all done because I haven't done this yet. So there's, as you can see, I got no trim piece along here. So we do need to get that done too. Before we finalize all of that, We're gonna open up, move all that stuff off to the side, and then we're gonna have to start pulling these out so we can get to finishing up some wiring in there. And of course, we still got the left wing, but like I mentioned in the last video, guys, the wing went by pretty quick over there on the right. Left wing should go fairly quickly as well. So we should not have any issues getting this all done in the 3.5 weeks that I have off from work for the holidays. So, and that's even with taking 3 days off for, you know, the holidays as well, because my wife will be mad if I came out here every day, including Christmas and Christmas Eve, New Year's Day. But we're going to try to get as much done as possible. Goal for the wing is to get it to the point where the bottom skins are on, top skins are cleat-coed but open still. That way I can have some friends come over, we'll get the plane leveled, get it in position, get my bench out of the way, get the plane in here, level it up, and go ahead and drill the holes for the wings, get those done, get the struts cut and fitted, pull everything off, hopefully in the same day, get them off to the side, get the wing back on the bench, and then go ahead and finish it up, set up the paint booth, and get them painted before my time is off, before I go back to work, because February I'm going back up to Alaska for some flight operations with my work. So that's going to put me out of commission from working on the plane for a whole month, which is devastating to me, but the work is what's paying for this. So got to do what we got to do. So anyways, guys, let's get back to work on this. Let's get some get something accomplished this weekend and keep moving on. All right, back to work. All right, guys, so we got another step done here. I'm not setting up the time lapse because I just wanted to go ahead and just work on it here. I was having a slight issue with getting this all to line up and then still be able to go up over this. But I think I got it straightened out. Might need a little bit more adjustment, but yeah, so that looks pretty good. Inside is looking nice. Haven't cracked it yet, so that's always a plus. But what we're going to do next is we're going to transfer the hole that I have here to this piece, and then I can open it up and drill through there. What I'm using to go ahead and make the holes, or at least the initial, is a soldering iron, like most people have mentioned. Seems to work pretty good. It at least gets the hole started, and then I can use the drill to open it up to the correct size. Now here's the part where I was talking about on the reason why I think it cracked last time. This big gap here is an issue. So what I'm going to do to try to keep the pressure even is I'm going to drill a hole here, cleco, go to the other side, do the same thing, go to the other side, back and forth, until this lays flat and goes around this curve evenly. But you can see here, I'm not sure if it'll pick it up or not, but there is a sharp point right here. And that might cause a problem. So I may stop and not do that hole yet and go to the next one. And maybe just do every other hole. It doesn't really need a lot up here. So I may not go, so if I'm having one here, I may go to this next one first. And then if I feel I need it, then I'll go to this one here. So here, just do every other hole along here. All the way until I get to the back, and we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that works out nice. So the next thing I got to do is I already have one hole in this top metal piece on that end. So I'm going to go ahead and trace that line straight across. And it's about 10 millimeters from the top edge here. And then that first hole should be somewhere about right here. So we're going to get that started and go on from there. All right, guys. So moving along. And then once that's done, I'm going to pull this off and I'm going to trim this edge here a little bit more so it sits down a little bit more flush. I think we're getting pretty darn close here, and it goes right around and gets clamped right on there. So we're going to keep on moving, get that started, see where we are in a few minutes. All right, guys. All right, guys. So we made a milestone with the new sunroof. All of the holes are drilled along the rib here, and that's on both sides. No cracks, thank God. So there's a little bit of strain here. I'm going to have to heat this up again and try to get this to kind of lay down a little bit flatter, but it's looking pretty good. I want to make sure that there's no strain right here, so I'm going to pull these clecos out, heat this up again, and then just use my clamp and just clamp it in place while it cools. And hopefully that will take some of that stress out, so there won't be any possibility of cracking. And this piece right here in the aluminum, I'm going to bend it downward just a little bit there, but the rest looks pretty good. Got lots of overhang on both sides, so that allows me to have the capability to trim this back to where it needs to be. We are centered on that rivet and centered up in the front, so it just seems like this is not cut straight, so that's fine. We can fix that. Back end looks good, and this gets bolted in place. They give you the hardware for that, so we're going to go ahead and start working on this section next, but I want to pull the tape off so I can see. So that'll be my next thing, and I'm going to use my heat gun on a low setting to kind of help let this release, and then we'll move forward. All right, guys, back to work. Okay, guys, so we're coming to the end of the video here, or end of the day, working on the Cricket. So I'm actually really happy. The sunroof is now installed temporarily. Still have some final fitting to do. The screws are not tightened down, they're just pushed through just so I have them in place. It looks nice, and it didn't crack, so that's always a thumbs up, because if you guys remember the last over there, that's the cracked one, and this time it came out good. There's no cracks. I do have a little bit of final fit in right here, because I don't know if you can pick up on camera, but you can see it's bent just a little bit, and it's because there's a piece here. Now, I did heat it up using my heat gun to help it contour around that, so there is no stress on it. If I take these out, it sits on it in that state, so I'm okay with that. But this came out really good. The front section here, I figured it out what I did wrong, so I ended up having to open up the holes a little bit more in the canopy, in the windscreen, so I can get these in straight, and now it fits up against the sunroof nicely, and also fits nicely against the canopy or the windscreen. So I'm really happy with that, guys. That came out really good. I have the clecos coming in from the inside because, and I'm not sure, well, I'm going to tell you now what I'm going to be doing here, up here for this section here, is I have rivet washers that will go on the inside here to spread the load, so that way these holes can be oversized just a little bit, and then the 1/8 inch rivet washers will go here on the inside to spread that load on there, because I don't want that to crack. I'm not really a big fan of having the rivets basically just grab the plastic here, so you got to be careful with that. Looking back here on the back side, as you can see, like I said, I'm going to have to add another layer of that cork right here, just to kind of fill that gap so it's not pulling so hard. Because I don't know if it'll show up. You can see there's a gap there. That's why I didn't want to tighten these yet. And I think I need longer screws for the outside edges here. Same with the other side. They don't seem to reach all the way through. So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, it looks really good. I did get my fuel selector valve installed. It is not hosed up or anything. I don't have any of the wires or the hoses run for that, for the fuel tanks yet. We're waiting on that right now. The other thing that I might end up looking at and doing next week is just kind of finishing up around here, getting this buttoned up along the top here. I might even consider putting some cork right along here. I know in plans it doesn't show that, but I think that might be a good sealant right here. Or maybe use some of that 3M double-sided foam tape, something like that. Some sort of sealer along there. And then these will have the screws with rubber washers up here, which I just got in the mail today, but they're not out here. So we'll get that done. Then I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do right up along this edge. I'm thinking maybe putting a bead of silicone or something like that underneath this and then riveting that down. I'm not sure. Guys, put that down in the comments and down below. What do you guys think we should do? Because I don't want water getting in up here, and I'm not using screws up here. So you tell me, guys. What kind of sealant do you use up there? But other than that, that's looking mighty sharp. Really happy with how this is coming out. It's looking really good. Still have a little bit of trimming up here that I need to get done, just so that sits back down a little bit. Maybe it'll help this side come down and in. We'll see. But then up here in this corner, I might need to trim back just a hair more along the pipe. Just in a couple of spots. And I think I'm gonna round this out right here. Maybe just come straight down and around this metal piece. And then that metal cap is gonna go over this anyway. So maybe just have it just shy. I don't know, I gotta take a look at that, see how that goes. We'll take a look at the plans, figure it out. Yeah, that's looking really good. Very nice, very nice. And yeah, very good. All right, guys, so we're here at the end of the video, and like I said, I'm gonna have some time off coming up very soon for the Christmas break, holidays and all, but I'm gonna try to be out here pretty much every day working on the Cricket, because I need to get that left wing done to the, at least until the, I need to get that left wing done at least up to the point where I can get both wings mounted on the plane, get the struts cut to the right length, and get them mocked up so that way I can take everything back off, finish up the left wing, and then prep it for paint, get both wings painted, and then get them reinstalled. Hopefully we can get all this done before the end of my break. I have about a little over 3 weeks of a Christmas break from work, so we're gonna be trying to get as much done as we can. Goal was February. I gotta travel. February is gonna be pretty much a loss on any building. So we're gonna move on, and probably March, April, we'll be going back and finishing up. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button if you like what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye now.